How many can you guess? Welcome to Rowena Travels, and today we're counting down the top 15 wonders of nature. Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Rowena Travels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos for this list. To point out that the world is full of wonders is hardly a revelation. Whether you're talking about ancient or modern marvels, feats of architecture and engineering, or geologic and natural wonders that take your breath away with their beauty. So that's why it's surprising that so many lists limit their wonders of the natural world to the single digits. That's why we've compiled this list of natural wonders, incorporating places nominated on other top lists, as well as places thinks are the most beautiful and impressive on the planet. 15. Mount Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro is Africa's tallest mountain and, as it's a dormant volcano, the tallest freestanding or non-massif mountain in the world. Satansmeyer and Ludwig Purtscheller reached its summit in 1889 and has remained a popular climbing destination. It has also been the subject of many scientific studies because of its shrinking glaciers. 14. Lake Nakuru, Kenya. A streak of blue and pink. In Kenya's Great Rift Valley, Lake Nakuru is home to thousands of pink flamingos that flock here to feed on the lake's algae. A UNESCO heritage site, Lake Nakuru National Park is also home to hippos, white and black rhino, giraffe, and buffalo. Take a Matatu 156 kilometers northwest of Nairobi or a plane to the Naishi airstrip. 13. Table Mountain. Table Mountain is a famous landmark that towers over Cape Town, South Africa. There are some great views of the city from the top, accessible via a hiking trail and cableway. Its main feature is a level plateau that stretches approximately 2 miles from side to side, edged by impressive cliffs. It's also a cool place to practice some cloud watching from afar, as the plateau is often covered by the famous tablecloth clouds. 12. Halong Bay. Halong Bay in northern Vietnam is a popular tourist destination thanks to its gorgeous limestone karsts and floating fishing village. The landscape formed by its 1,600 to 2,000 islands and islets, most of them uninhabited, is just spectacular. Thanks to these unusual landforms, many of them still unaffected by human impact, the area became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994. 11. Iguazu Falls. The famous Iguazu Falls straddles the Iguazu River on the border between Argentina and Brazil. Its name, Iguazu, means big water in Guarani, and it seems appropriate. Made of 275 waterfalls, it's the largest waterfall system in the world. The tallest of these waterfalls, where approximately half of the river's flow falls, is called the Devil's Throat, a long, narrow, U-shaped chasm whose thunderous sound visitors never forget. 10. Moraine Lake. Moraine Lake, which you may recognize from many a default screensaver, is one of the most beautiful and busiest places in Canada. Near Lake Louise, Moraine Lake shares the same distinctively blue water, caused by tiny rock particles from the nearby glaciers that float on the surface and reflect that brilliant blue color. If you want to visit, you'll need to take a shuttle from Lake Louise Ski Resort. Try to get there as early as possible. If it's too crowded, opt for the hike to a high elevation at nearby Lake Louise, which looks down on the Victoria Glacier. 9. Komodo Island. Komodo Island is part of the Indonesian archipelago and is famous for being home to Komodo dragons in Komodo National Park. Its history also makes it a special place, as its inhabitants, around 2,000, compared to the island's 5,700 remaining Komodo dragons, are said to be descendants of former convicts who were exiled to the island in the 19th century by a sultan in Sumbawa. Also found on the island is Pink Sand Beach, one of the world's best destinations for snorkeling and diving when the island is open to visitors. 8. The Great Barrier Reef. Australia's famous gigantic barrier reef is sadly at risk of being destroyed by climate change, overfishing, and tourism. Coral bleaching is more widespread than previously thought, and scientists have admitted this great wonder is at a terminal stage and in desperate need of humans to alter their behavior. It'd be a sad end for the largest natural structure in the world. 7. The Grand Canyon. The famous massive canyon cut by the Colorado River through Arizona is one of the few wonders that belongs on every iteration of this list. At 277 miles long, up to 18 miles wide, and attaining a depth of over a mile, it's not the longest nor the steepest canyon in the world, but its overall scale, combined with a beautifully colored landscape, makes it one of the most amazing natural wonders. The Colorado River has been carving this canyon over the course of, according to several studies, 5 to 6 million years. 6. Great Pyramids of Giza. Only the Great Pyramid of Giza in El Giza, Egypt, is the only one that still exists. Oddly enough, it is the earliest of all the 7 wonders. Those Egyptian slaves certainly made a good product. We have been to the pyramids of Giza and Cairo, Egypt twice. They are incredible to see. They almost don't seem man-made. Perhaps aliens really did land on Earth. 5. Mount Everest. Everest's peak is 29,035 feet above sea level, or at least it was. Nepal's earthquake in 2015 is believed to have clipped the mountain's height, so India and Nepal are about to measure it afresh. For the sake of counting these, if you've seen Mount Everest, located on the border of Nepal and Tibet, you've been to it. You don't have made it to the summit. 4. Victoria Falls. Victoria Falls, on the Zambezi River between Zimbabwe and Zambia, is the largest waterfall by volume in the world at over 5,500 feet wide and 355 feet high. Its local name in Tokalea Tonga is Mosi Otunya, which literally means the smoke that thunders, gives a perfect explanation of what you'll feel if you get close to it. 3. Paracutan Volcano. Paracutan Volcano in Mexico makes it on most lists just for the sheer bizarreness of its history. It was a cornfield in 1943 and then, in the span of a year, grew to a height of 11,475 feet. By the time the volcano's eruptions ceased in 1952, its peak measured a hopping 9,210 feet above sea level. The villages around it are buried in lava, and only a church bell tower juts out from the rock. 2. The Dead Sea. The Dead Sea on the border of Jordan and Israel is one of the saltiest bodies of water in the world. So salty that you can famously float in it, and that no macroscopic organisms can survive in it. It was one of the world's first health resorts for Hira the Great, and has supplied a wide variety of products, from asphalt for Egyptian mummification to potash for fertilizers. However, it's receding at an alarming rate. The Amazon River, one of the most impressive water bodies on Earth. The Amazon is the longest river in South America at over 4,000 miles and has the largest drainage system on the planet, discharging roughly 4,000 cubic feet per second. Whether or not the Nile is, in fact, longer is a point of contention for some, as debates rage over the Amazon's true headwaters. Surrounding the river's drainage basin, the Amazon rainforest is just as impressive, stretching out over 9 different countries and roughly 40% of Brazil's landmass. With all that space, it's no wonder the South American rainforest plays host to more species than any other bioreserve on the planet, including countless species that have yet to be recorded. The world is filled with beautiful, unique, and extraordinary places. The world is such a large place that sometimes we forget to look outside our own walls and recognize the beauty of nature. When we put aside our cell phones and video games and really explore what Mother Nature has given to us, we can appreciate the world for what it truly is. Thanks for watching.